Hello, and welcome to Danganronpa Lapse, another fan game. To my knowledge, at least this one's complete, so we won't be waiting forever to find the end. From what I'm aware, based on the description, it is a shorter one, because there's only 10 beats. I don't really know much about it besides that. So yeah, just figured why not. And with that, we may as well just go into it. Hooray! Notice, the mini menu is located at the bottom screen. Right click to save. Hooray. And what are we waiting for? The heart of man is very much like the sea. It has its storms, it has its tides, it has its depths and spells too. Someone said that. Ring ring. Ring ring ring. What's that sound? Ring ring ring. Okay. Cozy looking background. I opened my heavy eyelids to an unfamiliar room. Oh, guess I was asleep. But where am I? This isn't my room. It's the description of unfamiliar. So is it the phone, or is it the alarm clock I can see? I turn my head to the right to see a small, old-fashioned alarm clock on the nightstand. It reads 7:30. Since it's not digital, AM or PM. 7:30 in the morning or evening. I reached over to stop the alarm when suddenly I felt a dull pain in the back of my head. Concussion? Ow. I sat up from the bed to rub my head and shut off the alarm. The pain subsided quickly, and it was then that I fully take in my surroundings. I found myself in a comfortable room. Soft lighting rested against the warm-coloured walls. Furniture was devoid of any dust or dirt, and the bed itself was extremely plush. An unassuming painting hung above my head. That is a weird painting to have. I scooted from the center of the bed, kicked my feet out from under the covers, and began perusing the room for any amenities. A room closet, a small writing desk in the corner, and a single bathroom. It was overall a rather luxurious room, without seeming overly elegant in its design. The room is comfortable enough, but how on earth did I get here? Am I imagining this? I hope not. I didn't hit my head. Then why are you feeling pain in the back of your head? I went to the bathroom, turned the cold tap, and let my cupped hands fill with the crisp water before splashing my face. So, shouldn't that tell us where we are, or at least where we are? Because doesn't Europe and America have different settings for their taps? I say settings, designs. Like one's a single faucet, and the other like Europe has two separate taps, I believe. So at least like it could tell you location-wise, or at least it can help you narrow it down, right? The chill snapped my senses awake, and I took a moment to collect myself. Well, as far as I can... I accidentally hit the... As far as I can tell, at least I'm in one piece. That's a good thing to... I noticed my everyday coat was hanging on a hanger behind me. I pulled the coat on, okay, not put, and adjusted myself. It wouldn't hurt to recall the basics. Yes, makes sense. My name is Echo Pine. I'm a student at Calm Mind Institute. CMI. Seems easier to say. Coming towards the end of my final year. My best friend Ashley. Ashley! The last thing I remembered was seeing my best friend Ashley off for the day as she went to take care of her horses. She has horses? Ashley. I wonder if she made it home all right. I admit I was a little less thorough in making sure she had made it to her house, that late afternoon, but I'm sure she's alright. Or, I hope. I racked my brain thinking about that evening. So that's the last thing we remember is seeing our friend off. Okay. Ooh, flashback. I'm not gonna lie, I like the sky. Whoever made the sky is great. Actually, Westbridge. Alright, thanks for the lift. And be careful with your ankle. I can't believe you insisted on driving even though it's sprained. It's no problem at all. Besides, my ankle is almost done healing. It's no big deal. It's not like I drive with that foot anyway. So which is your dominant foot? I'm just worried, since I can't walk you to the door. Okay, well, I mean, didn't we just say that we didn't make sure she made it? I wanted to see if Applejack was in a petting mood tonight. My house is right there. You don't need to worry. And if she is, I'll make sure to give that kitty a good scratching for you. Cool. I thought you were talking about the horses. Alright, thanks. Night, Ash. Good night, Echo. I left the car in a park and watched as Ashley crossed the lawn. I declined putting more strain on my left ankle, since it was still recovering from a sprain. But I remained vigilant. So, left ankle sprained, right foot's dominant, presumably right-handed. I mean, statistically is right-handed. Her porch light wasn't on, so as she got closer to the house, she faded into the evening shadow. I waited a few more minutes until I heard her front door close. Okay, time to get back. It's not a European car, I believe, or unless Britain's cars are specifically different. Interesting, though. I'm trying to think. Aren't also the pedals for the car reversed as well? I shifted back into drive and let the wheels crawl before accelerating. But upon my slow graze across the gravel, I didn't see her living room light turn on. I was worried, but I was certain I heard her front door close. It doesn't mean she's the one who closed it. Was I really certain, though? I remember clearly driving off, not seeing her living room light turn on. And then, I am assuming, is what the word was? Nothing. We crashed. Suddenly, a darkness welled up inside me. Was I in this strange, unknown remote location because I didn't make sure my friend was safe in her home? Potentially. No, that would be absurd, really. Already, right? Just out of spite and being contrarian. What if the mastermind behind this is Ashley, because something happened, we didn't check on her, and now it's like everyone who ruined my life die. No, that would be absurd. Those two things can't be linked together just because I was less cautious than usual. Why not? I combed through the room once more, and I realized I didn't have any of my personal possessions on hand, or in the room itself. No phone to call Ashley to make sure she's okay. Sure, there was an accident landslide, but an ancient landslide service. Landline? Why am I saying landslide? I don't know. Sure, there was an ancient landline service phone in the room, but I don't know where I was where I was to begin with. I started to panic. I had to get out of here. I got so caught up in both my head and my unprovoked fear that I threw the door open with full force, nearly hitting the person just outside. And that person just happened to be... Oh, watch out, Ash. Ah, Echo. Hi. You don't hate us, do you? It was strange. It was the very friend I thought I'd suffered a consequence for not making sure they made it home safe was standing right in front of me for some inexplicable reason. I just noticed we all have symbols. Because the symbol by the door on the left, that was on Echopine's his vest, his over And obviously, so everyone's got a symbol associated with them. Okay. You're okay. Actually, Westbridge, a dear old friend of mine. She's what some people would call a horse girl, which seems like a vague thing to call someone who just happens to tend to equines. Equines? That irreverent thought aside, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't actually understand the meaning of the words horse girl, but besides like a horse and a girl, I don't know if someone takes care of them, someone who has a fascination with them. I don't know what the line is basically. Oh yeah, of course I'm okay. What about you? You're pale as a ghost. As pale as an echo. I got a little worked up, is all. I woke up in this unknown place, and I thought it was because I didn't see your lights go on in your house before I drove off. I rattled off the thoughts that stirred my fears just moments ago. Echo, it's okay. You don't need to worry about a thing. Okay, that sounds like we were kidnapped on the same day, and maybe you could provide us with your details of the events. We have no phone, so I made it home to take care of Hyperion, all in one piece. So here, Hyperion's the horse, Applejack is the cat. Okay. I was just a little tired is all, so I went straight to the stables behind the house and took the back door entrance. Sorry, I worried you. Likely story. Ashley wrapped me in a big familiar hug, and I immediately felt calm. Thanks, Ash. I know I shouldn't have gotten so worked up about stuff like that, but sometimes I can't help it. You know, one thought led to another, and I just jumped to the worst possible conclusion. Oh, Echo, you needn't fret so much. You'll make yourself sick with worry. However, I can totally understand. I don't know. I feel like this is a bit loud. Why do I get the settings? Settings. That feels, yeah. There we go. That just seemed a bit loud for some reason. Anyway. However, I can totally understand where your worry might come from, especially in this scenario. Yeah, just where are we? Yes, that is the question. That is a question. With my mind and heart at ease, I decided to. I discussed the situation with Ashley. I told her that I woke up not long ago thanks to the provided alarm clock, and her experience was just the same as mine. Or just the same. Did she wake up earlier than mine, or did she just get her act together faster than we did? She too felt a dull pain of lingering headache upon waking. And she too felt the brief moment of confusion due to the unknown setting. I couldn't find any of my possessions in my room. I tried to find my phone to call you, but no luck. I don't have anything of note in my room either. I don't have any of my things with me, like my satchel or phone. Should we take note that Echo's first priority was Ashley and not family? I mean, we don't know the situation of Echo's family, but wouldn't it explain a bit? I don't know. It's odd. Although they aren't the same, but there aren't any answers to the obvious questions like, how did we get there? Or how did we get here? Where are my things, etc. I strangely feel comfortable here. I think it might be due to the super plush beds. Not going to lie, I'd really like that back home. We laughed among ourselves and decided to explore what seemed to be some sort of mansion. I felt uneasy, but thanks to seeing a familiar face, I felt a little safer. I closed my room door behind me, noticing there was a plaque with the symbol of my high school. Looking further down the hall, the various other door plaques shared the same features. I spotted Ashley's right away as well. It seems her room was adjacent to mine across the hall. Is that what that is supposed to be? It looks like there are other students here as well. Other plaques with school emblems. Okay, so this is a survival of the schools. Do Ashley and Echo not have the same school? Seems that way. Although, I haven't run into anyone yet. Not literally like you, of course. Very funny. The whole interior was very ornate, with dark wood lining in walls and candles, scones? Lighting the path, okay. The dark wood floor was covered with a thick woven rug that created a path towards an opening in the hallway. I think I can hear some others down the hall. Ashley took the lead as we curiously walked through the hall, taking in the ambience as we gazed at the miscellaneous paintings of nature that hung on the wall. Okay, we got paintings that hit nature. The sound of lively conversation grew louder as we approached the connecting room. Ooh. And we get a pan shot. Okay. Sure enough, there were 3 other people having a lively chat in the foyer. Hey, you two. Good of you to make it. I was wondering how many other people were going to come around. You could just count how many doors with plaques there are in the living quarters at hallway. No, I'm not attentive enough for something like that. I'll just figure it out from how many of you I meet up with. You're awfully carefree, aren't you? Yeah, it's because I have good company with you lovely folks. Yeah. Oh, come on. What's with the cold shoulders? I'm just here to have a good time. I mean, someone needs to. So, yours looks like a talisman. Yeah. The person with the hat continued preoccupying his present, less than willing company with his lively conversation. I quietly took in the atmosphere of the foyer before approaching the group. The main clearing was huge. It featured a shiny, white marble floor extending into 2 spiral staircases on either side of its circular walls. An elevator resided in the center of the wall opposite from the front door. Is that how we get to the courtroom? A beautiful grand chandelier hung from the center of the marbled ceiling, just above the modest table at ground level. The wooden table itself was rather bare, only containing a decorative flower vase and a very polite note printed on the premium-grade cardstock. Thank you for joining us, our speaker. Thank you for joining us on this momentous occasion. Please make your welcome official by signing in, utilizing the bracelets that have been provided. Simply tap the bracelets to the dialogue kiosk, and that is located in the front of it. Okay. So are we getting tricked into applying to this game ourselves? I lifted my left wrist to see the bracelet in question. It was a light, simple thing with a rose gold plate with my name on it. My name on it strung into a bracelet. Okay. But I'm just reading and not imagining what that would have been had it. Yeah. With a small chain of the same color. Cool, fair enough. I hadn't even noticed it until now. So, essentially, we're wearing collars, we are labelled. I actually wasn't admiring hers just as I did. Her bracelet hung on her right wrist, just above her own wood cuff bracelet. And this is all left hand. So, Ashley's left-handed? Presumably? Or ambidextrous, I guess, because if you're ambidextrous, it doesn't matter what you're wearing it. I looked over at the other students' wrists as well, and they all had the same thing, albeit presumably with their own names. What was the purpose of these things, anyway? Rather than getting absorbed in wondering about the small decoration, I decided to join the small conversation. Hello there. Have you 3 already scanned your bracelets? Yes. We all convened here just a few minutes ago. I would recommend you scan your bracelets on the kiosk as well, since it grants access to the rooms after the welcome. Oh. Well then don't mind if I do. I went over to the aforementioned kiosk, and was nestled strangely with the luxurious decor. Okay, so we were just at the Okay, we're just at the living quarters. So, we have a pantry, kitchen, dining room, study. I'd imagine the first thing I would go to in this situation would probably be the kitchen. Well, I don't know, it depends. Because if you wake up in a situation, you don't know when your last meal was. You don't know, you might be dehydrated, need some water. I don't know. Maybe I'd go to the study? I don't know. Definitely wouldn't go to the theatre. I don't see what the purpose would be to explore there. Anyway, the kiosk displayed a simple mask in the first floor layout by default. The foyer led to 4 locations: the living quarters, dining hall, study, and theatre. I held my wrist close to the screen and quickly detected my bracelet, displaying a sparse summary of information, my name and profile picture. That's me. Thank you for signing in. Now you may roam the first floor freely. Your bracelet corresponds to your room and your room alone. They are paramount to keeping your personal room and its belongings safe. Please take care of it, I guess. Please make yourself comfortable with all the given accommodations, and once again, welcome. The screen went to the original map screen, as it was before I scanned my bracelet. I stepped aside to let Ashley sign in as well, and in the meantime, got to introducing myself to the other students. Hey there, I'm Echo Pine, and this is my friend Ashley, Westbridge. Nice to meet you all. Likewise, I'm Arturo Campopiano. I'm assuming so, but it's just art. But just art is perfectly fine. Thanks, art. I like how he devoted it to art in the actual name. Missy Vesper, the pleasure's all mine. I see that your ring fingers are colored different from your the other fingers. Also, Missy is definitely an unusual name. Canon Ota. Have you all met before? That would be a negative. Nothing like making new friends though, right? It's just people you haven't fought with yet. Canon said nothing, instead letting out a loud sigh, with absolutely no subtlety in no hiding her annoyance towards art's enthusiasm. I mean, yeah, I would be a bit concerned if you all wake up missing memories and a headache, and someone's still just positive. I would advocate for caution. I see. That said, you mentioned you two were acquainted. Oh yeah. We are pen pals at the suburb before high school started, and we just became close over time. Convenient. I would find that suspicious. That's quite endearing. At least we have a supporter. Oh, thank you. I didn't expect that kind of answer from Missy. Maybe she's the type to secretly cry at romantic movies. How can you get that judgment from someone you just met, Echo? Well, if we're all signed in, why don't we visit the dining hall? I don't know about the rest of you, but I feel tea is in order after waking up. I mean, may as well get hydrated, as I was saying. I don't think Canon's going to agree to it. I'm in favor for that idea. I'd like to explore afterwards as well. Yeah, I wonder who else we're going to run into. This is exciting. Missy walked briskly towards the dining hall, which was just opposite of the living quarters hall. What? No, it was opposite the study. What? Where we entered the foyer. Art followed quickly, after which just left Canon back in the giant clearing. I'll explore at my own pace, thank you. Oh, okay. I suppose we'll see you later. With a curt and definitive statement, Canon made her case, stating that she was going to stay put in the foyer. Ashley and I followed the other two into the dining hall, leaving Canon to her own business. Fair enough. The dining hall was rather small and intimate. A single long wooden craft table with 8 chairs. A single long wooden craft table, a modest chandelier, crowded at the centerpiece, a black marble fireplace with a natural painting hanging just above the decorated wall. What? Decorated far wall. I can read. Trust me. Can't wait for me to be in those situations. Only for me to lose because I misread something. The table bore 16 seated chairs. Echo, I don't think you'd count. 14 on each side and 2 Echo, are you sure about this? 2 on each side. 2 on the head, sorry. The table is already decorated with light accessories, candelabra, small vases of flowers, and an encyclopedia about ships. Is it though? The room itself was connected to a small kitchen, one with the usual kitchen staple appliances: an oven, a refrigerator, a large dishwashing sink, a gas range, and all the utensils and tools one might need. A small storehouse pantry was off to the side, with nothing of readily edible interest to the common people. Well, this place is super loaded, huh? Art made a beeline for the 2 side rooms, poking in and out of the dining hall between the pantry and the kitchen. Missy, on the other hand, gazed slowly around the room, around the dining hall itself. It's a very fine setting, but not so much that it feels oppressingly high-end. Yep, everything looks to be in order for a good meal. Art finally stopped pacing around. What? Pacing? If he's rushing in and out of rooms, I wouldn't call it pacing. And sat on one end of the seats, kicking up his feet on the table as he looked around the room. Missy noticeably shook her head at the action. Yeah, get your feet down. But where's everyone? This place seats like a bunch of people, but there's only 5 of us. I wonder if no one else woke up yet. Maybe others ignored their alarms. Some people like to sleep in and all. Maybe it's not intentional. Maybe they didn't intentionally miss their alarms. I approached the natural painting above the fireplace, admiring the soft colors and brushwork. As I stood in front of it, the painting faded out to reveal what looked to be an emblem. Following the display of the emblem screen, an announcement came out from overhead speakers from within the room. The voice silvery and modulated. What is silvery? Thank you for joining us today. We hope you have a lovely stay. Feel free to utilize the kitchen to your heart's content, and if you are unable to, you may use the automated cook feature by tapping your bracelet onto the kitchen digital kiosk and select a meal. Or if neither of those suit your particular tastes, you may consult your group's ultimate level kitchen hand. Whom? The emblem disappeared, returning to the screen to the initial artwork displayed. But what does that mean? What's an ultimate level kitchen hand? I tend to ask one of the other students, but it looked like Art already figured it out. Or rather, figured something out. Whatever he was going on about next made no sense to me. Oh, I get it. This is a safe house, a provided group. This is a safe house, a private group provided for us since we signed up for the preservation project. Okay, then. So the super levels are being hunted? Huh? You signed up to be here? Yeah, of course. If I guessed correctly, we all seem to be Ultimate students. Is that true? Are we Ultimate student? There are some serious Ultimate vibes in this room, don't you think? I suppose. Yeah, it seems to be the case. What's an Ultimate student? Don't tell me you don't know. Oh man, what are you even doing here? Is it because we know, actually? Ultimate students are typically high school students that super excel in their field of expertise. They are often scouted by groups of various intentions. Virtuosos and nefarious. Oh, virtuous. I don't know why I said virtuoso. They will often have a focused set of skills and make their abilities desirable to certain people with good reason. If there's a talent you can think of, there's probably an ultimate student out there that'll knock your socks off with their amazingness. So you're saying everyone here is super talented? You're kidding, right? You've been walking around this whole time with Ashley, Westbridge, the ultimate jockey, and you didn't even know? She's been keeping secrets from us. The ultimate jockey. Ha! Ultimate jockey. I don't really talk about my talent outside my usual day-to-day. I've heard of Ashley Westbridge accomplishments. She can wrangle just about any horse and ride them to victory. Fine, I feel betrayed. Either way, we're out of time. So I'll take this betrayal and begrudgingly leave. If you want to see more, obviously let me know. Or if you'd rather I didn't, let me know. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Hopefully I can see you in the next one. With that, goodbye.